Today is the first day of our elk hunt. We got Toby and me, Casey. And Toby says he just heard his first elk bugle.
Of this season.
Of this season. I don't know if I believe him. We're planning on being down here for 8-9 days, and we might have to come out halfway out to eat, to get more food.
Or we just shoot an elk and just eat that.
People, yeah. This is the first time Toby's hunted this area, but he's never gone as far as we're gonna go and down as far as we're gonna go. This creek drainage we're gonna be going down, it's 3,000 feet of elevation, and then we're gonna be going back up. So this is a serious rugged country. We're on the edge of the Frank Church wilderness area in Idaho. We're not in the Frank Church, but we're close to it. And super cool country. It's September 11th. It's 5:15. It's really hot. Very hot. Yeah. We've taken, we're just gone really slow all day today, pretty much. We ran into a 5-point. We just bugled again. We ran into a 5-point on the other side of the mountain. I saw it for about 5 seconds, and then it just disappeared in brush, and we never saw it again, and it never bugled again. So we kept going down our path, and we've got 2 bulls bugling. They both sound like mature big bulls. They're probably 600 yards away or more, but they're right where we're headed, and they're right in our wheelhouse of where we want them to be. So we're gonna have a fun night. It's not a monster bull. It looks like a 5-point. Or small 6, maybe, I don't know. So we're directly across from that bull. I mean, like elevation-wise, directly across. He's 450 yards away. There's cows and calves. Toby lost the arrow out of his quiver, so he's going back to try to find it. I'm sitting here and spotting elk. He just sounds like he or another bull close just bugled. The cows. Oh, he's coming right up to the cow right now. Yeah, that's a different bull than what we had before. Just bugled. So folks, that bull is 520 yards away right now. He's definitely interested in that cow. We're doing something very uncharacteristic. We're about an hour before dark, and there's a pretty steep drop between us and him with the creek, and we probably could get to him before dark, but the terrain they're in is just brutal, and to be honest, we're afraid we would spook them and we'd run out of daylight. So they're probably gonna stay right in that same area, and so in the morning when we wake up, we're gonna go down across the creek. Hopefully they're still bugling and talking, and get after these elk.
You'll be patient. We're gonna just run out. We're gonna push them too hard because we're out of daylight tonight. You ever had a fainting goat? Those are a totally different breed. Goats.
Different breed.
All right, we're at day 2. We slept really hard last night. Really warm, gentle breeze.
The bull bugled several times in the night. Whenever we were awake, we were hearing bugling, but he's been quiet all morning, so he might be just kind of a little tuckered out. But we've spotted 2 cow elk where we came from, way 1,000 yards away, but we're crossing the creek, and we're gonna, one way or the other, we're gonna make that bull uncomfortable. Let's hope it's a broadhead.
On the way up, we did hear two bulls bugle. What I think is two bulls. They sound farther away and closer. We know where they're going. We have a pretty good idea of where they're going. But we took all the packs off the goats. We're gonna be just sneaking through the brush today without the packs on the goats. So we're going stealth mode today. And if we get something, we'll just order and hang it. Or we'll cross that bridge when we need to. But that'll be a good problem to have. That was pretty cool. That cow came in, it was just a lone cow. It looked like a kind of small, so probably a yearling, last year's baby. But it came into like 15 yards. My goats were like right there with it. That's the first time I've been there. That close to an elk with the goats. My scent was going right to her. And she initially spooked and then just regrouped, and my goats just stood there watching her chew and cut, and then they laid down, and she settled down and I don't think she was like super comfortable, but she just walked away directly downwind to me, just walking, just nice and slow, so that was pretty cool. So there's two bulls still below us. One is like going right back to close to where they were last night, and we're above them, which is to our advantage, but I haven't heard him bugle in a while. It's straight up noon, so Toby's just like 70 yards the other way. We're kind of in strategic points, just in case the hot cow walks through and a bull's trailing her. So
We've done terrible updates, but this is the morning of day 3. Yesterday afternoon we just didn't have much of substance, really.
I was gonna say, no updates means not much happening.
We did run into what we thought was a horse. We both looked at each other. Let us know in the comments if you've ever heard a bull. I mean, he neighed just like a horse.
Perfect.
I mean, we're down. Technically, a horse could get down here, but it would be real hard. But he was just doing his basically, I hear you. What are you? Because we just sat there silent, and probably 20 seconds later, he did the bark that they do. So we did a quick setup. I bugled and raked trees, and Toby saw him, but it was one of those things, classic encounters that lasts about 2 minutes total, and then it's over.
Yeah.
But then after the rest of the afternoon, we chased bugles that were distant, and we couldn't tell where they were, so we went different places, and we just could not narrow it down. But we're headed back up to where we came from, or to where we were yesterday afternoon, and we've heard 2 bulls bugle. We don't know where the one was because it's far away, but we heard a big, deep growl up there, so pretty excited. He is right where all the elk were yesterday, so we're gonna go the same route and be a little bit aggressive today, perhaps. 45 minutes later, after the last update, right after that update, we bugled and a bull was coming down, so we set up real quick. And he was probably 80 yards from Toby, but it was super, super, super thick. And he was 80 yards from me. And if he would have stepped out, it would have been about a 70-yard shot, which I don't know if I would have taken that or not. But anyways, I got my GoPro on and got audio of him bugling. He came in and didn't see me, and I was bugling right at him. And it was one of those classic things where he came in fast and he left fast. He didn't stick around, but it's exciting. It was a big bull. All I could see was his tops above the brush, and his tops were nice. So white horn, definitely not the bull we were chasing yesterday, because that bugle is a different bugle.
Totally.
Deep chested bugle. So we're gonna keep going up because there's more bugling going on, and we think he's probably went into that drainage too. So morning of day 4. Don't think I have time to get it on a tripod. Got a little 5-point bugling at me about 450 yards away. Between him and I is a bunch of nasty.
I don't know if you can hear that, but that's a pack of wolves. There's 2 bulls. I've been working. They're fired up. I don't know. Counter. Okay, one bull just bugled. The other answered. Sounds like they're across the creek, but holy cow. It's definitely a pack. So I let that little 5-point kind of go because he was in no man's land. I really couldn't get after him. But in the process of cow calling to him, I fired up 2 bulls below us, and well, one's below and one's above slightly. So Toby's up on the hill, above me, up on the ridge. We're just gonna see what happens with these 2 elk. We'll see. He's just bugled below. He's like, it's ironic because that bull down there is probably 150 yards from where we slept. We came all the way up here and now he's down by where we slept. And those wolves are still going after it. So I'm back with Toby. Those 2 bulls kind of just slid uphill. And we've been in there right where they're at the last 2 days. We know that area really well. There's some water holes, there's some dry wallows, there's wet wallows. So we're gonna slip in there and cow call and be aggressive. 2 days ago they were right there. And we just sat here and listened to wait for the afternoon. But we're not gonna wait today. We're gonna try to make some things happen.
All right, today is Tuesday, September 14th, and we were just coming off the mountain yesterday with Kurt Howard with Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls, and now we went back to my son in Emmett, Idaho. Now we went north. Now we're in northern Idaho, not quite up in the Panhandle, but we're right on the edge of the Frank Church National Forest. So we're gonna go back in. We're set up to camp for 6 days, maybe 7. Well, we're about halfway down the mountain. We walked hard for about 2 hours, got about 3 miles back, and then we took a 3-hour nap. One of the reasons why this is really a special hunt, I don't have a tag, is that the fact that Casey, my son, I've not called for him for an archery hunt for a long time. So this is his main hunt for this year for elk. It is his only elk hunt this year. Casey and Toby's been down here for 3 days, as I mentioned earlier, and now Toby's never killed an elk with a bow. Being able to call for my son, it's probably been 7-8 years, maybe longer than that. It could be over 10 years. The chance to get Toby on an elk with a bow and have him kill his first elk with a bow would be a big deal. So this is something we haven't done in a long time, where we hunted together in this situation where I'm calling for them. So anyway, that's kind of the update and why this hunt is so special.
gentlemen. How are you?
See you. How's the trip, man? I missed that. That was a mess.
I think I put too much in this bag.
Looks good.
I needed a goat or two.
Yeah, that's pretty heavy.
Tomorrow's our day.
Tomorrow's day 5 for Casey and I, and day 1 for Nate and Ken, down here at least.
Yeah. So, and now with our calling and strategy and so forth, we can get them pulled in tight enough to you guys can get some shooting. You guys have seen big bulls. That's cool. Yeah. We saw a lot of elk over to the east, but not a lot of big bulls. Today's Tuesday, the 14th. Tomorrow's the 15th. The 15th through the 20th is the magic time on the mountain. So we'll see if we can make it happen.
Okay.